an album review today. It's been a long while since I've done one of these, so looking forward to presenting this. And the album, if you may have seen, I'm going to review is The Four Seasons, Who Loves You? Um, Album released in 1975, their first for Warner Brothers, stroke Curb Records. Um, as you could probably tell from the cover, this cover is saying it's featuring the hit singles Who Loves You in December '63. This is a reissue. Um, when the album was originally released, the cover looked back. The Four Seasons had recorded in 3 years. The previous album, Chameleon, was released in 1972 on the Motown label. Even though one of the tracks, The Night, would eventually become a hit single in the UK, the band were dropped. And this also signified a change of lineup for the band. The new lineup featured John Paver on guitar, Don Ciccone on bass, Lee Shapiro on keyboards, Jerry Polsey on drums, and you had backing vocals from Bob Gaudio and Joe Long. Indeed, Bob Gaudio co-wrote the album along with his wife Judy Parker. So, looking at the album, I think the best thing to do is to do it track by track. And the album opens with the song Silver Star, which was the third single off the album, and in my mind, the best track. And this is basically a song about a man who's sort of daydreaming that he's a cowboy. He's in a Western film, the Silver Star being the sheriff's badge. He's the hero, and all that, which all that entails. And it's just got a lovely little driving beat to the song that just drives along. It's softly sung by Jerry Polsey. But in the middle of the song, suddenly reality kicks in, and he realises he's in a mundane life. The line, "You gave me the 9 to 5," and shows that he's quite unhappy, and he longs to be that cowboy. So eventually the song goes back into that dream sequence where he's a cowboy again, and that's how the song ends. As I mentioned, Jerry Polsey provides the main vocals. Frankie Valli does contribute backing vocals, but he doesn't provide all the majority of the lead vocals on the album at all. And that's because he was at this time having problems with his hearing, which sort of curtailed his participation in the album. As I said, Silver Star is the best song on here. It's a great album opener. Song 2 is a track called Storybook Lovers. This is a song that Frankie Valli provides lead vocals, and it's sort of standard for Four Seasons fare, a very sort of soft rock track. It's sort of thing that Frankie Valli was releasing as a solo artist at that time. What you get is that the harmonies are very much up to the fore. And that's true of the third track on the album, Harmony, Perfect Harmony. Again, Frankie Valli's on lead vocal, but it does follow the same vein as Storybook Lovers. They're not great tracks. In fact, they're the two weakest tracks on the album. But they're not poor tracks. They're just good for what they are. Sort of fillers, I suppose you could say. The fourth track on the album was the first single, Who Loves You, the title track. Now, the band all contribute to the vocals in various ways. So you've got Frankie Valli, who only sings the verse. The rest of the band sing the chorus. And what makes this track unusual was that the song is gradually phased in with the chorus. So the band are singing "Who Loves You, Pretty Baby," and then Frankie Valli will go do his verse, and then they'll go back to the band doing the chorus. Very danceable song. With disco breaking out, I could see why it was popular. I could see people actually dancing to this. The song itself is about a guy dressing a girl that he loves, but she's in two minds about if she loves him, and it's really just saying, "Who do you love? Who loves you? I love you. Who loves you, pretty baby?" Sort of lyric of its time, but I think eventually the narrator of the song is trying to persuade this girl to actually love him back. Side 2 opens with a track called Mystic Mr. Sam. Again, Jerry Polchi provides the lead vocals. This song, I think, in my ears, has a Chicago blood, sweat and tears feel to it. Very sort of like soft jazz rock to it. The song itself, it's about what they quite the chorus. There's a magic music man with his cosmic Christian band. So it's very sort of maybe lyrically a bit behind the times a little bit, but it's a great little track. And then you move towards probably the tour de force of the album, which is December 1963, Oh What a Night. I think I've got it on the background now. There you go. Hopefully I don't get into trouble for that. It features Jerry Polchi on the vocals. You got Frankie Valli doing the bridge section and backing vocals, and you got Don Ciccone singing the falsetto part. So I felt a rush like a rolling ball of thunder, spinning my head around and taking my body under. That's Don Ciccone. Now, originally the song was going to be set in 1933, and it was going to be called December 5th, 1933. And apparently that's the day America celebrated the repeal of Prohibition. However, Frankie Valli and Judy Parker thought maybe not the greatest subject for a lyric, and set their mind persuading Bob Gaudio to change the lyric, which he eventually did. And to the story of a man who's remembering his first big love affair, and it sort of mirrors Gaudio sort of courting his Judy Parker, so maybe he's just reliving those days. It's a classic single of its time, you know. What more can I say about it? To change the tack a minute, on the third track on side 2 is Slip Away. It's a slower track with Polchi on vocals, and it's very much a piano-led song. Again, not a great song, not one of the better songs on the album. Still not a half-decent song, but then you end up with the final track on the album, which is Emily's Salle de Dance. It's got Frankie Valli again on lead, but not on chorus. You got Don Ciccone doing the bridge, and you got the rest of the band on chorus. Again, there is a jazz rock feel to it, you know, of Chicago blood, sweat and tears. The highlight of the album is actually going towards the end. There's some glorious instrumental interplay with the band, and you know, you always get a sense of feeling this was the last track on the album, and the band just really let their hair down. Particularly Shapiro on keyboards and Pivo on guitar. Some really great playing by the both of them on this track. So that's the album. Some facts about the album. The album itself didn't chart very well. It only reached number 38 in the US charts and didn't chart at all in the UK. The real success came with the singles. So the first single, Who Loves You, reached number 3 in the US chart, number 6 in the UK. December 1963, I Want a Night reached number 1 in both the US and the UK. It stayed in the charts in the US for about 6 months. In the UK, it provided the group with the only number 1 single. The third single, Silver Star, while reaching only number 38 in the US, reached number 3 in the UK, and as I say, it's my opinion, is the album's best track. To me, this album, I'm holding this up so I can get this in the thumbnail, is a really good pop, soft rock pop record. Elements of jazz rock in there, some great songs, some classic songs. Well, the musicianship is great, production is just top notch on there. If you haven't listened to it, I recommend you go on the streaming service to have a listen. Better still, if you see it in the wild, do yourself a favour and purchase it. It really is a good album. So there you go, VC. That was my review of the Four Seasons Who Love You. If it's the first time you've ever seen me and you liked what you've seen, feel free to click on the subscribe button. I'm always grateful for some more subscribers. Thumbs up, thumbs down. I appreciate either. Feel free to comment. I will reply back to you. So until the next video, VC, take care of yourselves, keep spinning those records, keep loving the music, and keep smiling more importantly. So until next time.